I finally went through my spring and summer bins, and now I feel ready and validated in doing a little bit more shopping. I'm at Goodwill today. My thrift wish list right now hasn't changed a whole lot. I'm really interested in transforming my handbag game. I would really like to find some good bags to add to my collection. If I can find some good belts. Honestly, this location where I'm at today, I don't usually have that great of luck with accessories, but it's worth checking. The weather's finally starting to warm up, so I might even try to look for some sandals or just shoes for spring, good kitten heels, that sort of thing. What else? I don't really need any more spring weight jackets, but that's one of my favorite things to pick up this time of year. After going through my spring and summer bins, I realized I don't have that many spring dresses, like long sleeve dresses. So I'm open to looking at the dresses, although it's usually not my favorite place to look. Let's see what we can find. I'm excited. Let's go. Well, it must be spring because look what they have out, the swimsuit section. Nothing was really catching my eye. I've actually never thrifted a swimsuit before. Let me know if you have, like, what your tricks are for that. I'm curious to know, like, what the try-on process is like, or if you even try them on. Let me know. So right away my mind was on sandals, and I found these great Franco Sardo little kitten heel sandals with the buckle detail at the toe. That was so cute. The gold usually isn't my favorite, but something about these was really working. Unfortunately, they were too small, so moving on. I'm always a sucker for like a Mary Jane silhouette like this, but these were a little too orthopedic. And then these square toe mules really caught my eye. I love the silhouette of them, but then I got distracted by these Sam Edelman grommet sandals, and I wish I hadn't because those wouldn't fit me anyway. I didn't really like them that much. And I was really interested in those mules, but probably something I didn't need anyway. A little bit redundant with like a square toe boot that I already have. So speaking of square-toed boots, I saw these, which I already have a pair of, and I just didn't even need to like tempt myself with those. So I kind of picked them up, put them right back down. A pair of metallic cowboy boots, anyone? These are vintage and everything. I kind of regret not even trying them on, but I didn't need them. Okay, a really cute little pair of sandals, too small. I love these little Marie Antoinette kitten heel style shoes. Thought this pair of Sam Edelman kitten heels were kind of cute with the strap at the ankle, but they weren't that exciting to me. And then I found another pair of brown kitten heels. These are by BCBG Girls, but they weren't really my style. So moving on. And then I found a couple pairs of sandals. These vintage ones were so perfect to me. I love these. They were too small, so I didn't even try them on, but the shape and the color, they're vintage, in really good shape, just really, really good. The wooden heel is so special. I kept checking the size to see. I didn't want to believe that they would be too small. So then I guess I was just kind of in the mood for mules. I don't own any mules really, but something about these leather ones with the stud details that I'm doing a terrible job showing right now were really speaking to me. I love the camel color. They're real leather. They looked really worn in and actually pretty comfy. So I put those in my cart to try, and then I felt these staring me down from the top shelf. They were these incredible sort of basket woven espadrilles. I did a really bad job of showing them, but I do show them in the try-on, so stay tuned for that. I've actually seen these kitten heels at this thrift store before and tried them on. They're too small, but they're gorgeous, vintage, sort of satiny silk, super long toe. I wish they fit me, but right next to them, I found these really cool vintage kitten heels, and these are right up my alley. I love the neutral color. The heel on these is what sold me, and also just the interesting strappy detail on them was obviously pretty cool and unique, so those went in the cart. Now getting into the more colorful shoe section, I thought these red wedges were awesome. These were also going to be too small, but I love the idea of having something like this for the summer. I just don't own anything like that right now. I like the idea of these kitten heels with that buckle detail, but the colorway of the metal and the red just wasn't my vibe. Really wish I had spent more time showing this bag because it was an incredible vintage hand woven bag with bamboo handles, but I just kind of threw it right in my cart and I actually didn't end up picking it up. These sort of canvasy or hand woven bags I just never end up using. Really loved this camel colored bag. It was vinyl, it was not leather. I do think it was vintage, and I really loved this pistachio color on the inside, like the lining and the inside of the strap. Then this red leather purse, I thought it was just interesting. It had like 3 different types of straps. I'm always interested in red purses and I never end up picking them up. I also love that buckle detail on the side. But yeah, it has this like hand strap and then more of a shoulder strap and then a crossbody strap too. And I just thought it was kind of cool. Moving on to the dress section, they had these sweet little cotton dresses toward the front, and I really liked this crochet one, but it felt terrible. I think it was Shein or something like that, but I love the idea of it. And then I passed that black dress, but I went back to it because the silver ring details on it and then the cowl neck just felt really special, and it was a Y2K piece, but I don't need a black mini dress in my closet right now. These dresses are hung so high up. I feel like I look extremely short in these clips. Not that there's anything wrong with being short. It's just funny. There's that pistachio green color again. I really like that. And I didn't need a sweater dress because we are shopping for spring here, but I liked the idea of that a lot, and just the color of it I thought was really unique and pretty. Okay, technically this is a sweater dress, but hear me out because it is a t-shirt sleeveless style mini dress. It's from Express. I liked the cable knit texture on it, and I really love that light gray. My arm was getting so tired from looking through this dress section up so high, so I moved on to the skirts, and immediately I found this really interesting colored, almost green maxi skirt. It was by the brand Style & Co. and it had sort of like a mermaid silhouette to it, which I have been looking for, especially in a denim. And then right next to it was this really fluttery, ruffly, sort of subversive looking skirt I thought was kind of cool, but I didn't like that it wasn't continuous on the sides. It just looked kind of cheap. Moving on to the denim, I found right away these button fly Levi's 501s, which is a great cut, but these were more of a skinny cut and I just don't need those in my closet right now. Looking through just for the right kind of hardy denim like this, like you know it when you feel it, you know what I mean? These were more of a tapered cut and not something I needed. I don't really need jeans right now. I am looking for more of a baggier denim, which I probably should be looking in the men's for that. But the men's section in this store is like one rack and I always feel bad. We have some vintage polka dot culottes here. I thought these would be a really nice spring summer staple in the pant department, but I didn't even end up trying them on because the material was like fraying so bad on the inside. I just did not feel like stepping into a spider web. Here I am, walking right past the jacket section. Psych! I had to go. I had to check. Like I was mentioning in the intro, I love a spring weight jacket, and I've actually had really good luck at this store with jackets before, so I had to do it. That leopard one was fun. If this one had been real leather, I would have looked at it for a little bit longer. It was vintage, and then I found this interesting metallic jacket, and when I checked the tag, I realized it was Skims, so that was kind of cool. I've never found Skims at a thrift store before. This brown leather jacket was awesome, but it was $30, so I passed. And I really didn't spend too long here. Like I said, I have enough spring weight jackets, but I just wanted to see if anything would pop out to me. This is definitely more winter weight, but I thought the pattern and the texture on this was really interesting. I also love the cut and how sort of trapeze-like this coat was, but not on the list right now. This is sort of the very definition of a springy weight boho top. It's from Free People. I wasn't totally sure about this top. I mean, it's really cute and everything. I just wasn't really excited about it, but I tried it on. And then right next to it, I found this Banana Republic, really great, just white long sleeve basic, but you can see here, look at the pit stains. They're so bad and they looked even worse in person, but I was so tempted just to get it and dye it because the cut just looked so good and I knew it was going to be the perfect fit. So I did add it to my cart. And then just going through more of the white tops here. A lot of great knit options still. These are the long sleeve tops, obviously. So I found this one that had like a really low back, but it just didn't feel great. And then this one was really similar, I feel, to that first Free People top I grabbed, but this one was more fitted and sort of had this button down construction. I don't know, the more I looked at it, the more it just like upset me for some reason, so I just passed on it. This white top was really interesting material. I couldn't tell if I loved it or hated it. It was almost like a scuba material, but lighter weight and just like really flowy and cooling feeling. But it was a polyester, so at the end of the day, it just like, I don't know, wasn't that great. I thought this cardigan was gorgeous, but just not something I need right now. Although I will admit, I do have a little bit of regret not at least trying it on. I really enjoyed the cut of this flowy, meshy top. This is sort of exactly what I've been envisioning as far as spring flowy tops go, but the print and the colorway just wasn't really my vibe, so I had to leave it, but it was good inspiration. Tell me why this cotton on bolero half knit top was so intriguing to me. I think it was the color. I love this ballet pink. And I know boleros are sort of on their way out, but I love that. I think it's so cute. I kind of regret not picking it up. Yeah, this ballet pink I just really love right now, especially for spring, obviously. I think it's so pretty paired with like a navy blue. That's such a colorway I'm in love with right now. This red lacy top was really pretty too. I don't typically go for those really punchy reds. This is the sad sack that is the belt section, which is not usually that rewarding, but I did find this really interesting scarf belt with these sort of dangly charms on them, and I thought that was really interesting, so I put it in my cart. They were really heavy feeling and didn't feel cheap, so I thought it was worth a try. Okay, we are still in the long sleeve section here. I found this really nice little Henley top from Everlane, and it was only $3.99, which is such a great deal for Everlane. So I thought that was a good basic that could be fun to layer with some spring pieces, other colorways. I love that like pale gray with pops of color right now. Okay, this glittery pattern top was so intriguing to me. I just didn't like the cut of it. And then this poncho was also really beautiful. If it had been fall, I might have picked it up, but I didn't need it. I wasn't excited about it enough right now. I also really liked the knit on this and the texture on this sweater, but the bottom hemline was rounded and just was a little too long. I just didn't think I was going to reach for it if I ended up grabbing it. So I moved on, and then I found this really beautiful cashmere blue v-neck sweater from Gap, which I should have picked up. I didn't even try it on. It had that same like really long rounded bottom hemline, like very 2010s, you know what I mean? And I just wasn't inspired by it, so I didn't get it. Also, this lace 3/4 length sleeve top I should have picked up. I guess, I don't know. I feel like I get in these rhythms of expecting to find things that get really exciting, and then I end up passing on all these other pieces. This was actually a wrap dress that was in this section, and it was linen. And it reminds me of my linen blazer, like long line blazer I already have, but I liked that this was a dress. So I decided to pick that up and try it on. I love these sort of crazy artsy type of tops. This one is micro mesh and has just this crazy pattern on it and stitching and everything. I knew it was something that I was kind of a colorway that I wouldn't really reach for. I found another blue v-neck cardigan, and then I realized this was actually a romper, and I still kind of wanted to get it. It looked really cozy, like for sleepwear, but I just didn't need it. And then I found this handmade sweater. It was like an off-the-shoulder sweater, not a colorway I typically go for, but anything that's handmade at the thrift store, I have to at least try it on. Like, I have to do the respect of trying it on. And then I found this was sort of like just sticking out to me because it felt like such good quality. So I picked it up, and then I realized it was Lululemon, and they wanted like 20 bucks for this or something, so I put it back, but I thought that was a good knitwear option. Okay, here's the ballet pink again, and I really liked the stitching on this one, like the knit pattern on this one. It was a little more slouchy, so I decided to try that. Again, I just feel like in the spring, I'm always reaching for like a lightweight sweater or something kind of slouchy I can throw over a skirt or that kind of thing. So I love those options. And then I found this really makes me wish that I wore more button-ups, because this is an incredible top from, I think it was Express. I can't remember, but it was a really nice fitted white button-up. I probably should have at least just tried it. Like, come on. But anyways, we're back in the white long sleeve section. I think this is just a different size. So going through, they have some really good cable knit options. I feel like I'm seeing so much more of that now this year. And look at this really cute Tommy Hilfiger turtleneck. It was really cropped. It was actually more cropped than it's looking in this video right now. It was like straight under the boob crop, you know what I mean? So I didn't pick it up, but it was so cute. This was a really fun top too. This had a really great ruffle to it. I liked the color, sort of a bone white, like ivory color. And it just looked like it'd be so comfy. The texture was great on it. Another great elevated basic to try. Finally made my way over to the sleeveless tops, but had zero luck. It was just so picked over, and I was loving the colors I was seeing, but nothing was really speaking to me. So I ended up heading to the dressing rooms. Okay, we're starting off strong with a dress I actually found in the go back pile. This is 100% silk, and it's vintage Forever 21. I realized right now that I didn't have the tie laced in all the way, so here it is with it all the way laced in. It's beaded, it's silk, it's sheer. I think it's missing like the lining to it, but this is just the most incredible like boho overlayer piece. I even do like it layered with pants, maybe not leggings, but you know, you get the idea. But I did not end up picking this up. I don't know what was wrong with me. I think I was just trying to be ultra selective, and I just didn't have an immediate need for this in my closet right now. Here's the top with the ruffles. I think this just ended up being a little bit too oversized. I knew it was gonna fit oversized because it wasn't my size, but I thought it was worth a shot, and it definitely was just a little too frumpy. Speaking of frumpy, this is that ballet pink sweater with the interesting knit pattern, but I don't know, it just wasn't special. I wished the neckline was a little bit higher, like more of a mock neck or something, or just had something a little bit more interesting going on, because I just wasn't feeling this. I also feel like maybe the color was slightly off because it was kind of blending into my skin tone a bit, but yeah, the knit pattern, like I said, was really interesting. I like the idea of this. I wish it was maybe just a little bit more shrunken too. This was okay. I think it actually looks better in the video footage than it did in real life. It's just really similar to something I already have anyway, and I think if I were going for that look, I would prefer to wear my linen blazer, long line blazer, instead of this. This is the Everlane top. It was an extra small, which I didn't realize when I picked it up, so it was just fitting a little bit tighter than I want it to. It looks okay here, but it's just sort of like too tight on the armpits, and I knew I wasn't gonna love wearing it. I wanted to try it buttoned all the way to the top, so this is what that looks like, but it still didn't convince me. It was such good quality though, and I really hope I can find another Everlane piece in the future, because I really liked this. This is the Banana Republic top with the really bad pit stains, and they are really bad. The cut is really good, just like I thought. I really like the way this fits so much, but I don't know. I didn't feel like dyeing it, which was kind of my original plan when I picked this up, knowing that there were pit stains. So I didn't end up getting it. I feel like this is a top I should have really liked. It's Free People. It's really a nice cotton, lightweight, puffy, flowy top for spring, but it just wasn't doing it for me. I like the boho idea of it, but it just wasn't for me. And then here is that scarf belt. I'm just laughing because it looks kind of funny with my outfit here, but I'm just showing you that those charms on it are actually pretty heavyweight and nice quality. I couldn't really get this to work the way I wanted it to, so I didn't end up picking this piece up, but it really did inspire me to kind of try to DIY something very similar because I really liked how fun and playful this was while also not being like too cheap. I just didn't love this one. Okay, here's that little gray mini dress. I didn't end up picking this up because it was just too much similar to something I already have, but I thought this would be so cute with like colorful lace slip skirts layered underneath and kind of poking out for the spring, and maybe some colorful tights. I don't know, but like I said, I have something similar, so it inspired me to try it with that. And this is that mermaid cut skirt from Style & Co. It actually looks more of a dark denim here. I love the cut of this. I just wish it were maybe a little bit longer and low-waisted, because you know I'm a Chloe girl, and that fall winter collection that just came out with these mermaid skirts and these crazy wide metallic belts have really inspired me. Moving on to shoes, I tried on these studded mules first, and I really liked how comfy cozy these felt. I liked the color of them. I thought they would be a great throw-on shoe for the spring and summer. So these were a really heavy contender, and I kind of pitted them against these sandals. I'm calling them sandals or espadrilles, I don't know. They're like a basket woven shoe. They were a little bit big feeling on me, but they were super easy to slide on and off, and kind of, I think, would serve the same purpose as those last mules. So then I moved on to these kitten heels, and I immediately loved them. Look at that heel. It's so fun, so interesting with the strappy detail. I could see this with so many different outfits, capris, skirts, dresses, jeans, like whatever. I ended up putting back all of the bags I found, by the way. I ended up finding a flaw in each of them, so put those back. But I did find a couple things after dressing room, and I'll show you those back at home. Back from the thrift, I got 4 things. And it's kind of funny because the things I ended up getting, I think only one of them you actually saw in the try-on portion. So this is going to be a little bit of a surprise. I didn't mean to do it that way, but I guess that'll be interesting. Like I mentioned in the intro, that thrift store really typically does not have great shoes or bags. So it's just really funny considering what I did end up finding. So first thing are these incredible vintage Kenneth Cole leather made in Italy square toe kitten heels. They're sort of like this beige color. I have a few neutral colored kitten heels. This was not something I desperately needed, but it's always good to just like refresh a little bit. These I end up wearing so much in the spring and summer to work, but also just for occasions. It's so nice to have a little kitten heel like this with an interesting detail. It just feels like something fun to put on with a little summer dress, you know, but also can be worn with jeans. It's kind of an everything shoe. So these are one of my favorite types of kitten heels to pick up. There is something sort of 60s about these. Maybe it's the contrast of the white and the beige, but they just felt like a more vintage vibe and have a little bit more personality than my other more neutral kitten heels. I did end up getting the espadrille. I guess, do you call these an espadrille if they don't actually have laces? Maybe not, but whatever. Woven basket shoes. They are leather and they're from Mexico and they're vintage, and I just thought these were not something I have at all in my closet right now. I've also never even really owned anything like this before. These felt, they almost looked like a loafer to me, which I really liked. I do struggle to keep them on a little bit. I think they might just be slightly too big. They definitely don't have a lot of flexibility in the sole, which isn't necessarily a bad thing. They're really sturdy. And I might honestly, for the spring season, I think these could be kind of fun paired with a sock and sort of styled like a loafer. I don't know. I'll have to try it on in the try on and you let me know what you think. Like socks and sandals, you know what I mean? We'll see how much wear I end up getting out of them this season. If not, I'll probably give them to my mom. I feel like my mom would love these, but I want to give them a shot for myself. I got a little excited about sandals and kitten heels. So those seem like a fun option. Oh, also, I forgot to mention, if you're curious, these are watercolor pictures of bugs. It was my son's 3rd birthday and we threw him a bug themed party. It was really fun. But we've kept the decorations up because it's such a fun vibe. I feel like they're kind of good spring decorations. So let me know which one's your favorite and I'll be sure to pass it along. Next, we have a top. Found this sort of very last minute as I was like headed to the checkout. It is this beautiful butter yellow color that I love so much. It's a satin and then it has this really great texture to it. It's vintage Dress Barn. It was $3.99, but actually pink tags were half off. So it was like $2. Oh, I forgot to say the prices of all these. The Kenneth Cole shoes were $6.99, but a pink tag, so they were like $3, $3.50. And these leather shoes were $6.99. So really good deals this shopping trip at Goodwill. So anyway, it feels like an elevated basic that honestly I probably already have in my wardrobe. I have like a pale yellow spaghetti strap tank top that I wear a lot, especially in the spring and summer, just sort of like as an undershirt. But this feels more substantial as a top, as its own statement piece. What I really like about this is that it's cute from the front, like as it's intended to be worn, but it is such a good candidate for wearing it backwards and gives the perfect high neckline, which I love. That's, I think, a silhouette that's so pervasive right now and so flattering on everybody and just like such a good silhouette. So I love the versatility of this. I love that it actually looks good that way because not all tops are created equally. Sometimes there's weird darts or whatever that just like mess with the structure of that. And actually, I'm just seeing now too that it was part of a 3-piece set, a jacket, blouse, and a pant of this material. So I'll have to go back and see if those show up in the thrift somewhere. I did hit the pants section and I feel like I would have noticed this material in the pants, so maybe it didn't get all donated together, but I'm really excited about this one. And it's a little more springy than I've been allowing myself to go right now. If you saw my bringing out spring video, I really only pulled out springy bottoms, skirts, and shorts and that sort of thing because I don't tend to wear tank tops until it gets like truly warm, like closer to May or June. So I broke the rules a little bit with this one, but it's going to be such a staple. Maybe I could figure out a way to style it up for spring, put a turtleneck underneath it or something. Last item, I found as I was headed out the door, this amazing brown leather bag. It is pretty simple. It's by the brand Sag Harbor and it's leather. It was only $4.99. So all of this was like under $20. It might have been under $15. I actually don't remember, but I love the silver hardware on this, the little O-rings there. I think I need to play around with it a little bit. Like they're a little bit wonky just from probably sitting in storage. Weird. I love the seam down the front. This looks very similar to a Coach bag I've seen floating around on eBay. Inside was super clean. And oh, it came with a little hair tie. I was mentioning that I really wanted to up my bag collection. This isn't necessarily what I was talking about. I want to have more interesting bags, but this is a really great basic that I do feel like has an interesting shape and isn't just like totally boring, although it is pretty simple. I don't know. I guess it depends on who you ask, but I feel like this is something I'll get a lot of wear out of and a color of a bag that I was definitely missing in my collection. So I'm really happy to have this one. I feel like it has really good storage in it, like pretty significant. It's the perfect size. It's kind of like the perfect mom bag, but still really cute and like easy to throw on and stays on my shoulder, which is so important to me. Okay, so that was everything. I hope you enjoyed this video. I love doing thrift with me's and there's a lot more to come. Follow me on Instagram if you want to see sort of like my day-to-day outfits and other fashion inspiration that I like to post. It's a good time over there. Please subscribe if you haven't already. Give this video a like, subscribe. I already said that. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye.